Om. 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 Sahana Vavatu. Sahana Bhunaktu. Saha Viryam Karavavahai. Tejasvinavadhitamastu. Ma Vidvishavahai. Om. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Sairam, everyone. We are studying in the Sri Sathya Sai Suprabhatam. I think the last time we looked at the words Chitravati Tata. That's second verse, I would say. Today we are going to continue. As you know, we are studying this Suprabhatam with the view of awakening the Sai within us. And the Suprabhatam nicely explains all the activities which can give rise to that dawn of Swami within us. In the first verse, Chitravati Tatai, we are looking at Seva, the Sevakas of the Lord are waiting for his darshan in Chitravati and who are able to see the divine in everyone. Aditya Ranubhati. Aditya Kanti Ranubhati, which is the presence of the Lord in everyone, is taking place. And that's the way we saw. So that the way I see it, it is pointing out that Seva is Seva, which makes us see the divine in everyone, is one way we can give rise to the dawn of Swami within us. So today we will see the next one. I will read it first. Tvannama Kirtana Ratastava Divyanama Gayanti Bhakti Rasapana Prahrishta Chittaha Datum Kripa Sahita Darshana Masudebhyaha Sri Sathya Sai Bhagavan Tava Suprabhatam. Tvannama Kirtana Ratastava Divyanama Gayanti Bhakti Rasapana Prahrishta Chittaha Datum Kripa Sahita Darshana Masudebhyaha Sri Sathya Sai Bhagavan Tava Suprabhatam. Tvannama Kirtana Ratas Tava Divyanama Gayanti Bhakti Rasapana Prakrishta Chittaha Datum Kripa Sahita Darshana Mashu Tebhyaha Sri Sathya Sai Bhagavan Tava Suprabhatam. I will ask Mani Aunty to sing it for us.
त्वन्नामकीर्तन रतास्तव दिव्यनामा गायन्ति भक्ति समान प्रसृष्टचित्ताः दातुं कृपासहित दर्शनमांशुतेभ्यः श्री सत्य साई भगवन् तव सुप्रभातम्.
Thank you very much, Aunty. Thank you. So we'll just look at a couple of areas where we had to pay attention to the pronunciation. Tvannama kirtana rathastava divya nama gayanti. There are no aspirated consonants here, so it should be rather simple. Bhakti rasapana. This bha has to be aspirated. Bhakti rasapana. Prahrishta chittaha. There should not be any, there is no aspirated consonant, so it should be easy. Prahrishta, this ush is again cerebral sh, if you can pay attention. Prahrishta chittaha. Dhatum kripa sahita darshana mashu. There are no aspirated consonants, so it should be simple. Tebhyaha. In this, the bha, which is half here, bhya, has to be aspirated. Tebhyaha. Sri Sathya Sai, no aspirated consonants. Bhagavan, again, bha has to be aspirated. Tava Supra Bhatam. Again, the bha is also aspirated. We will look at Sandhi related aspects of the verse. The first words, Tvannama Kirtana Rata Stava, is made of two words, actually, two distinct words. The first one, Tvannama Kirtana Rataha, is a samasa or compound word, Tava. So within that compound word, there are no changes due to Sandhi because Tvannama Kirtana Rataha. The first word, this Tvannama, is actually made of two also there. I can further split it if necessary. It's Tvat and Nama. Tvat and Nama, so the name of yours. Okay. That's also a samasa by itself, individually. But again, it's a more compound word. But no, other than the Tvat and Nama, the it in the Tvat becomes in, and that's how you get Tvannama. Then Rataha, the Visarga, Rataha, turns into is. The Visarga undergoes certain changes because of the letter which follows it. So Rataha, that Visarga becomes is, and that's how you get Ratastava. Then if you look at the rest of the words, Tava, Divya, Nama, standalone words, there are no major changes. No changes, period. Gayanti. Bhakti Rasapana. Bhakti Rasapana is also compound adjective. There are no Sandhi related changes, but I have separated the words. Bhakti, Rasa, and Pana. Then the last word, the first line is Prakrishta Chittaha. It's a compound word. No Sandhi related changes. Prakrishta and Chittaha. We take the second line, Dhatum is standalone word. Kripa Sahita is also a compound word. I've just separated the words, no Sandhi related changes. Darshanam, Ashu. Darshanam, Ashu become Darshanam Ashu because and A join together to make Ma. So Darshanam Ashu. Tebhyaha, there's no change. Sri Sathya Sai Bhagavan Tava Suprabhatam. No Sandhi related changes. Let's look at the word-to-word meaning. Tvannama. Tvannama means your name. Tvannama is your name. Kirtana is singing. So Tvannama Kirtana means singing your name. Okay. The next word is Rataha. Rataha means who are devoted, who are fond of, or who are attached. Who attracted also, you can say. Rataha means it's a plural word. So those who are, that means Rataha means those who are fond of anything. So those who are fond of singing your name. Yes. Tvannama Kirtan Rataha. Okay. So it talks about devotees who are interested, who like or fond of singing your name. What are they doing? Tava Divya Nama. Tava is again your. This is the sixth vibhakti of the word Tvam. Tvam means you. Tava is the sixth noun form, which means your. Okay, Divya is divine and Nama is name. Gayanti. Gayanti is are singing, it's a plural verb. So those who are allowed to sing your name are singing your divine name. Tvanama Kirtana Rataha Tava Divya Nama Gayanti. Then the next word is Bhakti Rasapana. Bhakti is devotion. Rasa is an essence or nectar. Pana, drunk. So these devotees are those who have drunk the nectar of devotion. Okay, they've drunk the nectar of devotion. Prahrishta. Prahrishta means to be happy in every way possible. They are completely happy. In every way, they're happy. So, prahrishta. Not only they're happy, they also spread happiness around. Okay, so all that meaning comes with the word prahrishta. Prahrishta chittaha. The chittam. Chittam is one aspect of the mind where we retain memories. But that's the one which plays a big role in sadhana. So that chitta, when it's filled with thoughts of the Lord, okay, that becomes prakrishta. It's always happy. So these are devotees who have drunk this nectar of devotion and are completely delighted at all times, always, and also spreading happiness all around them. Okay, that itself shows the Lord is going to spread His light. So then the second line goes, Datum. Datum means to grant, to give. Okay, to give or to grant. Kripa Sahita. Kripa is compassion. Sahita along with darshana. So the Lord is giving compassion, distributing compassion along with His vision, His sight, darshana. Ashu, that means quickly, without delay, immediately. So when the devotees are singing like that, the Lord will right away give compassionate darshan. He will take compassion on them and give darshan. Ashu tebhyaha. Tebhyaha means for them. So the Lord comes and gives only darshan for such people. Okay. Sri Sathya Sai Bhagavan Tava Suprabhatam. Oh Lord Sathya Sai, the auspicious dawn of your light. So this also reminds me of the word, the statement by Swami, where he repeats Narada's answer to, Vishnu's answer to Narada's question, that wherever my devotees sing, that's where I am. Mad bhaktaha yatra gayanti tatra pratishtami Narada. Wherever my devotees sing, I establish myself there, is the word given by Narayana. So, wherever the devotees sing, so Swami is also telling how we should sing bhajans. We should have drunk the nectar of devotion, and we should be in a state of joy. With that joy, if we sing to the Lord, His divine name, right away He will appear and spread His divine light. So this is an instruction of a second form of sadhana which we can perform, which is singing the name of the Lord with a certain state of mind which Swami has described. So I've given a summary of the verse. O Lord Sri Sathya Sai, those who are fond of singing your name are singing your divine name, with their hearts always in delight, having drunk the nectar of devotion. The auspicious dawn of your light is to grant them with compassion of your darshan quickly. Okay, so let's read. I've gotten one of the nice discourses on bhajan. Swami has elaborately covered in all its aspects what's bhajan. So I will go through that discourse with you, Saira. The present age, often condemned as Kali Yuga, is in fact the age in which one can attain liberation most easily. This is revealed in every scriptural text. The reason, according to them, is that one can be liberated now by the sadhana of Nama Sankirtana, singing the glory of the Lord, and listening to the name being sung. Among the 9 steps of devotion, Shravanam, listening to the name being sung, and Kirtanam, singing the name, are mentioned as the best. Kirtanam is singing the names which denote the glory of the Lord, and Sankirtanam means sing the names continuously, aloud, without interruption, and without hesitation. Whereas Kirtana can be by one individual and can promote one's own spiritual progress, Sankirtanam is by a group of people. It can help the process of liberation not only for the members of the group, but it will also be beneficial to those who listen and even to those beyond the circle of listeners. The whole world can benefit by the vibrations. Sankirtanam is generally described as of 4 types with distinct characteristics. They are Guna Sankirtanam, Leela Sankirtanam, Bhava Sankirtanam, Nama Sankirtanam. Let us examine these types in some detail. Guna Sankirtanam aims at describing and adoring the gunas or attributes and qualities of God in order to exalt Him and win His grace. But God is Gunatita, beyond Sattva, Rajas and Tamas. He is really attributeless. Ascribing qualities to Him is lowering His glory. They exist in the imagination of the devotee, and praising God as possessing them can give the devotee only momentary satisfaction. Leela Sankirtanam is the second. The entire creation represents the Leela, play of God. Not only that, its maintenance, sthiti, and dissolution, laya, are also God's Leela. How can anyone describe the manifold Leelas of God? They take diverse forms. As Leela, one can imagine that the entire universe can disappear. His Sankalpa, will, is all powerful. Whatever happens, good or bad, is God's Leela. Unless one has cultivated an attitude of equanimity towards good and bad, one cannot claim to have understood God. The sadhakas, as spiritual aspirants of today, are happy when something good happens. When something bad comes about, they slide into contrary thoughts. When the entire creation is the cosmic Leela of God, to demarcate a few and sing in terms of those few reveals only feebleness of vision. The third is Bhava Sankirtana. Devotees who are attached to this path of adoration adopt one or the other of 6 special bhavas, approaches, attitudes, or relationship to God, and attempt to derive consummation thereby. It must be said that all the 6 are deficient and based upon limited conception of Godhead. Number 1, the Shanta Bhava. This emphasizes that the devotee endures whatever happens to him gladly as coming from his grace. In the Mahabharatam, Bhishma is pictured as the supreme model of this type. But he, on his own volition, postponed the moment of his death in order to acquire the merit of having cast off the body on an auspicious day. He believed that Uttarayana half of the year was more holy, and that death before the sun crosses the Tropic of Capricorn would result in an evil future. When God is both time and beyond time, who is man to divide time into good and bad? The happiness or misery awaiting one cannot depend on the time of death. Believing so is a sign of weakness in the devotees of God. Number 2, Sathya Bhakti is devotion to God as a close friend. Arjuna is quoted as the one who was liberated through this type of relationship. But Arjuna was mostly lost in the human aspects of friendship and kinship and often strayed away from the devotion due to the divine. He attained closeness to the Lord so easily that he failed to recognize the significance of the proximity that was awarded to him. They were such friends that Arjuna addressed Krishna familiarly using the word for brother-in-law. This indicated only a human kinship. But Krishna confirmed that the relationship. So Krishna confirmed that relationship and justified that loose expression of familiarity when he brought about the marriage of Arjuna with his sister Subhadra. So even the Sakya attitude cannot be fully rewarding. Third, Dasya Bhakti is the name for the next type. This highlights the attitude of the servant to the master. Hanuman is the classic example of a devotee embodying this type of devotion. He was at the service of Rama at all times. Though encased in the form of a monkey, he had mastered the 64 branches of learning and the meaning of the 4 Vedas. He could recite the 6 Shastras. He was physically, mentally, and spiritually an undoubtable hero. Nevertheless, he served Rama with no trace of ego in thought, word, and deed. He had achieved purity of all 3. Sorry. But the Dasya Bhakti of Hanuman was not free from defects. His service was steadfast and total to God as Rama. He was not attached to God as Krishna or as bearing any other name. The Vedas declare that God has 1,000 names and he can assume 1,000 forms. Hanuman's allegiance was limited to only one name and one form. Dasya Bhakti therefore leads to a partial vision of the universal absolute. Fourth is Vatsalya Bhakti, the fourth. Advises the sadhaka to adopt the relationship of a mother to her child. The example held before the aspirant is that of Yashoda and her adoration of the child Krishna. She recognized only this relationship, though others praised Krishna as Madhurapuri Nivasa, he who lives in the city of Madhura, and worshipped him as Gopi Hridaya Vasi, he who is installed in the hearts of the gopis. When Uddhava came from Madhura, Yashoda inquired about her Gopala. I do not know the Krishna who lives in Mathura or in the hearts of the gopis. I am asking you about my child Gopala. She insisted. Thus, the Vatsalya Bhakti too leads to a certain amount of exclusiveness. The next type of devotion is called Anuraga Bhakti. The gopis of Vrindavan are the best examples of votaries of this path. Many crooked, prejudiced, and perverted people do not recognize the purity and value of this path. Many interpret it wrongly according to their own bent of mind and take to wrong paths. Narrow minds and narrow ideas can ruin one's life and the lives of others. Like pests destroying the crop, the gopis had the dual feeling of both lover and loved. Duality is caused by ignorance. The mind breeds the duality of likes and dislikes. Janma, birth, is the cause of karma. Karma causes sorrow and joy, the dual reactions. Madhura Bhakti is the last path, and Radha is the unique example of Madhura Bhava. The moment the name of Krishna was uttered, she lost herself in indescribable bliss. In spite of this, even Madhura Bhakti posits duality. So Bhava Sankirtanam in its various forms does not confer total awareness of God. Let us consider the fourth form, Nama Sankirtana. This can grant full happiness to all people, in all places, and at all times. There can be nothing greater or more gratifying. The names Rama, Hari, Hara, Sai, Baba, Krishna, having each two syllables, are all derived from the word prema, which is the essence and core of the Atma. Prema or love has to prompt our thoughts, penetrate our words, and promote our actions. The word Nama has great significance numerologically. Na is equal to 0, A is equal to 2, and Ma equals 5. The total being 7, indicating that the Nama Sankirtanam needs 7 elements for success. Shruti, Laya, Raga, Tala, Bhava, Prema. We'll just correct this. Sannihita. 7 connotes 7 swaras. The 7 rishis, the 7 weekdays known as the sacred Saptarshis. Sankirtanam must be done with emphasis on tone, tune, and timing, attitude and attachment, and the attainment of the highest good. It is not singing for singing's sake. The melody must emerge from the heart, from genuine love, which is so ardent that it is tapas itself. Sankirtanam from such sadhakas will certainly liberate the individual and transform the community and the world. Prema Swarupas, embodiments of love. Even if you are unable to do dhyana or japa, engage yourself in singing the name of God without fear and with faith. So this is a discourse Swami gave in 1982 in Mumbai. Swami has covered bhajan, how we should sing, and the 7 ingredients which should go into it, which is Shruti, Laya, Raga, Tala, Bhava, Prema, and Sannihita. And the type of bhava we should have also is mentioned, but Swami says Nama Sankirtanam by itself is the best among all the other type of Sankirtana. So the Suprabhatam verse also says Tava Divya Nama. Okay. Tvannama Kirtana Rathaha. Tava Divya Nama Gayanti. So this discourse nicely explains everything about Nama Sankirtana. I will go into, yes, Auntie Kanagas.
What is the meaning of Sannihita?
Okay.
Sai Ram, sorry.
Sorry. So,
Shrutitaya Tala, this one we understand. Prema, then Sanihita is closeness.
see, so it's basically that it's a translation there. So it's basically perfect connection with the Lord. Complete intimate connection with the Lord is Sannihita.
Uh,
Okay.
Thank you.
To be completely established in the Lord in the best way possible is Sannihita. So, for example, attitude and attachment and the attainment of the highest good is also covered. That's why sometimes Sannihita is also mentioned as Samhita. So, what Swami means is that we should know each of these aspects in our singing or bhajan. I mean, sometimes we say, oh, we know the bhajan and we sing. We should pay attention to the Shruti, Laya, Raga, Tala, Bhava, and we should have love in it. These six, and then there should be complete connection and intimate connection with the Lord. Yes, Sister Aruna.
Thank you very much.
Sairam, brother, can you please go back to the Radha's devotion? What is the really meant by Radha's devotion here, please? Madhura Bhakti?
It's a Madhura Bhakti. Madhura
Yeah.
means sweet,
What is
a
that?
sweet devotion. So
Okay.
the devotion itself is so sweet. Okay. So that means the person is immersed in the sweetness of the Lord. The devotee finds everything about the Lord sweet. Any aspect of it, there's Madhura, there's Adaram Madhuram, Nayana Madhuram, Vachanam Madhuram. So the way he looks, the way he speaks, the way he moves, the eyes, everything is sweet. The devotee sees as devotion. So whether the Lord hits you or does anything, everything is sweetness. So the person is always in a state of joy.
Okay. Okay. Thank you. So, I got a question the other day. I'm sorry to bring it up here. They asked, Krishna has two wives, like Rukmani, and why the Radha is portrayed as in statues and various forms with the Radha? It's just an imagination of humans, or just is there anything else goes with portraying Radha Krishna together?
See, Radha, according to Swami has also given a lot of importance. See, Rukmani and Satyabhama, to a great extent, they had a relationship and they was limited to that relationship. Whereas Radha was in total devotion to the Lord. Swami says Radha is someone who Radha worshipped, did Aradhana of the Lord, like a dhara, like a complete flow or a shower. Okay. So her devotion was complete in every sense of the way possible. So that is why she is depicted along with Krishna to the extent, that if you go to Vrindavan or anywhere, when you say Radhe Radhe, that is the name of Krishna. Radha is nothing but Krishna. So Radha is worshipped because she symbolizes the perfect bhakti which a devotee can cultivate. So that is why but generally people may say it's Krishna and Radha. Radha was his consort, beloved, or whatever. But Radha was one with Krishna because of her total devotion. But Swami says there is still some duality, but she's the ultimate devotee of the Lord. That's why
So,
she's
in the
given so much.
devotee perspective, only they are putting together with the devotion and all, right? Thank you, Sarah.
Yes, Sister Vani.
Sairam, brother. So, can we think like this? Satyabhama and Rukmani are more in relationship with God as more worldly, like husband and wife. Okay.
Yes. Rukmini had more devotion, as Swami would say, because she was very devoted to Krishna. Satyabhama was also loving to Krishna, but she wanted worldly things. She will demand, I need this, lot of attention, and so on. So she always struggled with it. That's Satyabhama.
Thank you.
Okay, sir. There are other wives also of Krishna, but they are not as popular as this. We will go to the next. I have some more excerpt. The man who is filled with love has great peace of mind and is pure at heart and is unruffled by any adverse circumstances, failures, or losses. This fortitude is derived from the love of the Lord, which endows him with self-confidence. Self-confidence generates immense internal power. Everyone has to develop this power. Everyone has to develop this self-confidence so that the Atman and the bliss of the self may be experienced. Love should be free from feelings of expectation of any return or reward. Love which arises out of desire for something in return is not true love. Utterly selfless and motiveless love should be developed. This is the bounden duty of man. You should not pray to God seeking this favor or that. The reason is no one can know what immensely precious, divine and magnificent treasures lie in the treasure house of divine grace. No one can know what God intends or desires to give to a devotee. In such a situation, by asking for trivial and petty things, man is demeaning his divine estate. No one can understand what valuable, sacred, and divine favor God chooses to confer on a deserving devotee. Hence, man should not seek from God, nor desire, nor pray for some petty trifles. More precious and desirable than anything else is God's love. If you wish to ask for anything from God, pray to Him thus: O Lord, let me have you alone. Once you have secured the Lord, you can get anything you want. That was why Meera sang, O heart, drink the nectar of divine love. When you can have divine love, to crave anything else is like asking for coffee powder from the Kalpataru wish-fulfilling tree. So it's a discourse Swami gave in 1989. So here Swami is nicely saying how a devotee, everything is described in this verse, is nicely described, and Meera is a great example of such a devotee. So is also Radha. They accepted everything as sweet because it's so of Lord. Whatever comes their way, they were always in a state of bliss because there were no expectations of any kind. So with that, we sing only the Sai in us will do. And that Swami says is our kartavya also. Swami says it's a bounden duty of man. So already we have looked at kartavyam aknikam in the first verse. So, we have to wake up to perform our duty. And Swami says this is the duty. So we will go to, then is one more excerpt. I have a short excerpt. Sweeter than sugar, tastier than curd, sweeter indeed than honey is the name of Rama. Constant repetition of this sweet name gives one the taste of divine nectar itself. Therefore, one should contemplate on the name of Rama incessantly. People in the world perform spiritual practices and worship in a variety of ways. God is not attracted by your method of worship. He sees the yearning and anguish in your heart. Does He need your worship? No. He is the creator of the universe. The tree of human life has many fruits. It also bears the fruit of wisdom. The fruit of wisdom contains a sweet juice. That is the principle of love. In order to get that sweet juice of this fruit, it is necessary to remove the outer skin and seeds from within it. Then only can you enjoy the bliss of this nectarine juice of prema. The bitter outer skin of the fruit of wisdom is ego. The seeds are doubts. Unless you remove the bitter skin of ego and seeds of doubt, you cannot have the nirmala, pure, nischala, unswerving, niswartha, selfless essence of prema. This nectarine juice is sweeter than sugar and tastier than curd and honey. Constantly chant the name of Rama every day with devotion and faith to enjoy the sweet taste of this nectarous juice. You cannot experience divine bliss if you do not get rid of your ego. So this a discourse given in 1996, I think during Ram Navami maybe, or maybe later, sorry. So Swami has nicely described with what attitude we should sing bhajans so that the Lord within us will rise up. Okay. And we'll go to the next verse. Adaya divya kusumani manoharani Sripada pujana vidhim bhavadangri mule kartum mahotsukataya pravishanti bhaktaha Sri Sathya Sai Bhagavan Tava Suprabhatam. Adaya divya kusumani manoharani Sripada pujana vidhim bhavadangri mule kartum mahotsukataya pravishanti bhaktaha Sri Sathya Sai Bhagavan Tava Suprabhatam. Adaya divya kusumani manoharani Sripada pujana vidhim bhavadangri mule kartum mahotsukataya pravishanti bhaktaha Sri Sathya Sai Bhagavan Tava Suprabhatam. Sairam Mani Aunty.
आदाय दिव्यकुसुमानि मनोहराणि श्रीपादपूजनविधिं भवदङ्घ्रिमूले कर्तुं महोत्सुकतया प्रविशन्ति भक्ताः श्री सत्यसाई भगवन् तव सुप्रभातम्.
Thank you, Auntie. Let's take a look at any pronunciation related aspects. Adaya Divya Kusumani Manoharani. No aspirated consonants, so it should be simple. Sripada Pujana Vedhim. This last letter, dhim, is the, which is the fourth letter in the tha varga or tha class of consonant, so it has to be aspirated. Vidhim, again bhava, the bhava has to be aspirated. Dangri, this g, there is g here which has to be aspirated with the fourth letter in the ka vargo, ka class of consonants. G, okay, dangri, mule. Again, bhava dangri, mule. Kartum mahotsukataya pravishanti, no aspirated consonants. Bhakta, bha has to be aspirated. Bha is the fourth letter in the pa varga. Sri Sathya Sai, Bhagavan, bha again. Tava supra, bhatam again, bha aspirated. So just pay attention to those. We'll look at the sandhi related aspects. Adaya divya kusumani manoharani. No sandhi-related changes. Sripada Pujana Vidhim. It's a compound word, but there are no sandhi-related changes. Maybe I should, I think I should have put this. I should have. It's okay. 1 second. I should have. I think this is the one, sorry. Okay, here you can see. Sorry. Adaya Divya Kusumani Manoharani Sri Pada Pujana Vidhim. No Sandhi related changes, but this Sri Pada Pujana Vidhim is one compound word. The next one is Bhavadangri Mule. It's made of three words actually. Again, compound word. Bhavat and Angri. The it becomes id. The becomes the because of Sandhi. So it becomes Bhavadangri Mule. There are no Sandhi related changes other than this it becoming id and joining the a. Okay. Kartum Maha. The Kartum, simple word, standalone. Mahotsukataya is made of two words actually. It's Maha Utsukataya. Ha and U becomes O. Ha and U becomes O. Mahotsukataya. Pravishanti Bhaktaha, no change. Sri Sathya Sai Bhagavan, Tava Suprabhatam, no other Sandhi related changes. Let's look at the meaning. Adaya. Adaya means having collected. Okay. Having collected. Divya, divine. Kusumani. Kusuma means flower. Kusuma. Kusumani means plural. Kusumani, flowers. Manoharani. Manoharani is an adjective of Kusumani. Manoharani generally is considered beautiful. Okay. But it also has a meaning Manohara. That means it arrests the mind, it grasps the mind, captivates the mind. Okay, it can also say destroy the mind also. The flowers which destroy the mind also, Manoharani. So multiple meanings can be seen from the word Manoharani. Simple meaning is beautiful flowers. Sri Pada Pujana. Sri means divine, Pada feet, Pujana worship. Vidhim. Vidhi is generally you can say a set of procedures or ritual or the rite. So having collected the divine flowers, Kartum is the word to do, to perform. What are we trying to perform? Sri Pada Pujana Vidhi. So the ritual of worship of the feet of the Lord. Sri Pada Pujana Vidhim. The next word is Bhavat Angri Mule. Bhavat, has multiple meanings, but in this it is your. The Bhavat is a way of your highness, type of statement. You don't address somebody as you. In Tamil, they will say Tangal, Tangaludia, type of meaning. So Bhavat Angri. Angri means feet. Mule means the base of the feet. Okay. So simple meanings at your feet. So we want to do Pada Puja at Swami's feet or on Swami's feet, or whichever way we want to take it. Kartum, to perform. To perform. Maha Utsukataya. Maha means great. Utsuka means like Utsaha, it's excitement, enthusiasm, a zeal. So Mahotsukataya means with great zeal. Pravishanti are entering or are coming. Who is coming? The Bhakta, devotees. Sri Sathya Sai Bhagavan Tava Suprabhatam. I've given a short summarized meaning. O Lord Sri Sathya Sai, having collected divine flowers which arrest the mind, to perform the Pada Puja ritual of your feet, devotees are entering, I've said Prashant earlier, with great zeal. It is the auspicious dawn of your light. So that means when devotees entered, those days in olden days, people used to do Pada Puja for Swami physically. So this may be a description of that also, of worshipping the feet of any. And Mani Aunty, please go ahead.
In olden days, as you mentioned, the flowers which were available in Patti was only jasmine flowers, and the other one was tulsi mala. So these ladies who used to wake up Swami in front of his room, they would have these flowers ready, jasmine flowers mala, and then tulsi mala. These two things they would have it in their hand. And then this, of course, by the time this Suprabhatam was not composed, so people used to sing in Telugu, Meluko Swami, Meluko Swami. Okay. So,
Thank you.
Sairam.
It's, it's not only the verse Swami has given somebody who has witnessed and was part of it to talk about it to us. So the devotees worship Swami's feet. But it has multiple meanings more than that. So we will...
one more thing.
Yes, Auntie.
When you say arrest the mind, that means the fragrance of the flowers arrest the mind, is it? Or is there any other meaning?
So captivating is generally meaning if it's so when I go later, I will see. So, but the thing is, Manohara means captivating the mind is general meaning.
Yeah.
Grabs your mind. But I am using it a slightly different way because the flowers which Swami wants is not the physical flowers. The Ashta Pushpam in our own heart, which can happen only by stopping the mind from its functioning.
Okay.
So that's why I use the word arrest the mind.
And you said destroy the mind also.
Yes, it destroys the mind. Then the divine flowers come only when the mind is destroyed. I think we can read that. That's the reason I wanted to.
Okay. Sairam.
So this is an excerpt from Swami's discourse. 8 are the flowers that please the Lord. Offer him the flowers of non-violence and sense control, compassion on all creatures, forbearance and peace. Penance, meditation and truth above all, these are the flowers dear to the Lord. Embodiments of love. God does not expect you to perform rituals, nor does he want you to study the scriptures. All that he desires from you is 8 types of flowers. The flower of ahimsa, non-violence, is the first of the 8 flowers. That one should offer to God. Non-violence means not causing harm to any living creature by thought, word, or deed. We find doctors performing surgeries on patients to cure them of their ailments. In the process of surgery, the doctors cut the body with a knife. You cannot call it an act of violence because it is beneficial to the patient. Some people may argue that even cutting the vegetables is an act of violence because the vegetables and trees have life in them. No doubt, vegetables and trees have life, but they do not have the mind. Consequently, they do not suffer any pain. Only man has got 5 sheaths, namely food sheath, life sheath, mind sheath, wisdom sheath, and bliss sheath. One with the mind experiences pain and pleasure. Men, animals, birds, and insects are endowed with the mind, not the trees and vegetables. In some trees, you find the sap oozing out when you pluck the fruit. Oozing of sap from a tree is a natural phenomenon, but some people mistake it for the tears of suffering. The trees do not suffer any pain because they do not have the faculty of mind. The second flower is flower of Indriya Nigraha, sense control. All spiritual practices will prove futile if one lacks sense control. Control of the senses is very essential for one and all. Lack of sense control is the main cause of all the unrest and agitation that you find in the world today. How can one control the senses? First of all, one should exercise control over the tongue. O tongue, ever sensitive to sweetness, I tell you truly that which is sweet and yet yields perfect health. All this is contained in the sweet words Govinda, Damodara, Madhava. It's a Sanskrit shloka, Swami. As it said, Jihve Rasajne, Madhura Priyetvam. That's the words, but I will not go in. You must control your tongue as it always craves for variety of delicacy. You must ask this question, O tongue, how many bags of rice, wheat, and vegetables have you devoured? How many delicacies have you consumed? Fie on you if you are still not satisfied. Bhikshannam deha rakshartam. Taking alms is meant to sustain the body. You should eat for the sake of satisfying your hunger and sustaining the body. Do not give undue importance to taste. Likewise, tell your eyes to see God instead of watching unsacred things on the television or video. Teach your ears to listen to the stories of the Lord instead of listening to vain gossip. O ears, you are interested in listening to vain gossip and tales about others, but you pay least attention when the wonderful stories of the Lord are narrated. Think for a while how you are benefited by listening to unsacred things. In fact, you are polluting your heart in the process. All that you see and hear gets imprinted on your heart. Once your heart is polluted, your life will become meaningless. Human heart is like a pen. The color of the words that you write will be the same as the color of the ink in the pen. Likewise, when you fill your heart with love, all that you think, say, and do will be suffused with love. God expects you to fill your heart with love and lead a sacred life. The third is the flower of daya, compassion, towards all living creatures. The Bhagavad Gita says, Adveshta Sarva Bhutanam, do not hate anybody. Live in amity with everyone, but do not have too much connection with people. The fourth is the flower of Kshama, forbearance, which is very special and significant. The Pandavas suffered a lot at the hands of the Kauravas, but never did Dharma Raja lose forbearance even when Draupadi was being humiliated by the Kauravas. It was the virtue of forbearance which protected the Pandavas and made them an ideal to the rest of the world. This flower of forbearance is very dear to the Lord. God will be pleased with you and confer boons on you only when you offer him the flowers which are dear to him. No benefit accrues from offering the flowers which fade away and decay. The ever-blooming flowers of ahimsa, indriya nigraha, daya, and kshama are liked by God. Students might have heard the story of Abu ben Adam, who always offered Sarva Bhuta Daya Pushpam, compassion on all beings, to the Lord. Every day he used to go around the streets to serve the destitute and the handicapped and return home late in the night. One night when he returned home, he found in his bedroom an angel writing something. When he asked her as to what she was writing, she replied that she was making a list of those who loved God. She replied in the negative when he asked her if his name was there in that list. The following night, when he returned home, he again found the angel writing something. He queried, Mother, what is it that you are writing now? She said, Son, I am writing the names of those who are dear to God. He again wanted to know if his name figured in the list. She replied that his name was at the top of this list. The sum and substance of the story is that God is pleased when you serve your fellow human beings. The scriptures have prescribed 9 paths of devotion, namely Shravanam, listening to the Lord's stories, Kirtanam, singing his glories, Vishnu Smaranam, remembrance of the Lord's name, Padasevanam, service to the lotus feet, Archanam, worship, Vandanam, salutation, Dasyam, servitude, Sneham, friendship, and Atmanivedanam, offering oneself to the Lord. Complete self-surrender. But the path of service is the greatest of all. Neither by penance, nor by pilgrimages, nor by going through the sacred texts can one cross the ocean of life, worldly life. One can redeem one's life only through service. Abu Ben Adam became the recipient of God's love because he spent all his time in the service of his fellow men. God loves all, for he is the embodiment of love. But he will give himself to those who show compassion to all beings. The fifth is the flower of Shanti, peace. One should remain peaceful through all the vicissitudes of life. Only then can one attain divine grace. Great devotees like Tyagaraja, Tukaram, and Draupadi underwent many hardships. They bore all suffering with patience. Tyagaraja said, "One cannot attain happiness without inner peace." Man needs peace at the physical, mental, and spiritual levels. Peace is not present in the external world. It is present within. You are the embodiment of peace. In the worldly life, there are bound to be many hardships, but one should not be perturbed. One should bear all sufferings with fortitude and patience. Human life is given not merely to enjoy the worldly pleasures like birds and beasts. Life becomes meaningful only when one experiences the peace that originates from the heart. The sixth is the flower of tapas, penance. Penance does not mean retiring in the forest and living on fruits and tubers. In fact, such a life can be called a life of tamas, dullness, not tapas. True penance lies in controlling one's emotions, thoughts, words, and deeds arising out of sattvic, rajasic, and tamasic qualities. One should contemplate on God at all times and achieve harmony of thought, word, and deed. Manasyekam, vachasyekam, karmanyekam, mahatmanam. He is a noble one whose thoughts, words, and deeds are in complete harmony. Do not be carried away by pain or pleasure. The Bhagavad Gita teaches Sukha Dukkhe Samikritva Labhalabhau Jaya Jaya. One should be even minded in happiness and sorrow, gain or loss, victory or defeat. One should discharge one's duty and serve society without any expectation of reward. Such even mindedness and desireless state is true penance. The seventh is the flower of dhyana, meditation. Meditation does not mean sitting in padmasana, cross-legged posture with eyes closed in contemplation of God. This is physical worldly activity. No doubt this is also needed, but true meditation lies in unifying the mind with God. Just as milk and water cannot be separated, likewise the mind, once merged with God, cannot be separated. An iron bowl cast in fire will become one with it. Likewise, your love should become one with divine love. This truth is contained in the Vedic dictum, Brahmavid Brahmaiva Bhavati. The knower of Brahman becomes Brahman himself. Some people contemplate on God for a limited period in the morning and evening. This cannot be called meditation. Sarvada, Sarvakaleshu, Sarvatra, Harichintanam. Contemplation on God at all times, at all places, and under all circumstances. Perform all tasks with your mind firmly fixed on God. That is true meditation. Thinking of God for a limited period cannot be termed meditation. That is only part-time devotion. Part-time devotion confers only part-time grace. You should have full-time devotion in order to attain full-time grace. The eighth is the flower of Sathya, truth. This is very important. The entire world has originated from truth, is sustained by truth, and ultimately merges into truth. There's no place without the principle of truth. Trikala Bhadyam Satyam. Truth is changeless, in all three periods of time, past, present, and future. Everything may disappear, but truth remains forever. So, truth is God, live in truth. God will be pleased only when you worship Him with these 8 types of flowers. The priests in temples worship God with various types of flowers, but God does not want these flowers. He says, "O priest, is it what you have learned all these years? You are worshipping me with laurel lords of roses and jasmines, which fade away in a short time. These are not the flowers that I expect from you. Worship me with the flowers of peace, love, nonviolence, etc., which will never fade." So, this is a discourse Swami gave in 2000 August, where he is talking about Kusumani Manoharani. So, we have to collect these flowers, and with these flowers, we should worship his feet, at his feet. And then Swami says, the Lord will dawn within us. And that's this Adaya Divya Kusumani Manoharani Sri Pada Pujana Vidhim Bhavadangri Mule Kartum Mahotsukataya Ravishanti Bhaktaha. So that is the state with which we should enter the Lord's abode and the world also. And then the dawn of Sai will happen in our hearts. That's all I had prepared for today. I will stop here. If there are any questions on anything which we discussed, we can. Yes, Sister Vani.
So we talked about Navavida Bhakti, and then there is Vatsalya Bhakti, Madhura Bhakti. Like, how do they relate? Some are there, Sakya Bhakti, Dasya Bhakti is there, but Vatsalya Bhakti and Madhura Bhakti are not part of the Navavida Bhakti. Like, is there any different context?
No, even Vatsalya is not there. It's Bhava, sister.
Okay.
So it's ultimately Bhava. Yes, in the Navavida Bhakti, they are Vidha, but here these are Bhava. Each of them can be done with a different Bhava. So here Swami is talking, when we sing the name, we can, especially Kirtanam, we can do it with various Bhavas. You can sing with the different Bhavas, and that's what Swami is explaining.
Okay.
The way in which we worship or sing to the Lord. Yes, Brother Vimalesha.
The word Kshama has both the meanings of forbearance and forgiveness, is it?
It's forbearance only, brother. I don't think it's forgiveness. Kshama is to bear with fortitude anything. Swami says it is not a sense of resignation, but a sense of joy. That Kshama is with state of peace in the mind. Saira Matimani, please go ahead. You have to unmute and speak, Auntie, I think.
Kshama has the meaning of forgiveness also.
Okay.
Yeah, it has got the meaning. Saira.
Okay, with those words, we can close. Actually, on Kshama, there's a Padyam of Swami. I will get it maybe. Kshama, Swami is telling Kshama, many alti Swami is explaining. I will share next time with that Saira. So if there's no other...
Brother, this summer is the one of the spiritual discipline, am I right?
Yes.
So that is come under the control of mind, am I right?
No, Kshama is just... we'll discuss, Sister Kshama. Kshama is just forbearance. There are no good English word which translates that. Okay. Swami has spoken extensively on Kshama. Kshama means, for example, if there's somebody hurts us, for example. Swami says if a powerful person hurts us, then we will keep quiet, we'll put up with it because we can't retaliate. Swami says that is not Kshama. Okay. The reason why I said forgiveness should not be there means forgiveness is there means there's a hurt. You have hurt me, so I will forgive you. In Kshama, Swami says there is nothing. The real Kshama is accepting everything as the Lord's Leela. So so Swami says, when a powerful person hurts you, you keep quiet. When a weak person hurts you, you scold them, scream, you hit, everything you will do. Then Swami says that type of Kshama is not Kshama. You should neither feel hurt or any feeling. In that state, you are only in a state of joy. So great examples are Prahlada, Meera. They exemplify this in a big sense. Prahlada is ultimate. Whatever the father did, no, he put up with it as Leela of the Lord. So, but I will, there's a verse and there are discourses of Swami on this Kshama. So Swami said, Kshama is not tolerating, putting up with patiently, no. It's embracing it. So we'll discuss next week. I will get the Padyam and we can discuss. Because Swami has covered it. There are discourses on Kshama, multiple discourses. So we'll read. Sai Ram, everyone. We'll
Thank you.
close with prayers. Sai. Om Samastaloka Sukhino Bhavantu. Samastaloka Sukhino Bhavantu. Samastaloka Sukhino Bhavantu. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Sai Ram, everyone.